Hi there. Today we'll be talking about writing an article on social issues. In HKDSE Paper 2, candidates may meet the task of writing an article for a newspaper or magazine. NSS social issues usually discussed in the newspapers. 1. Do not exile stray youths. 2. Welcome mainland domestic helpers. 3. Teenagers idols, adults evil. 4. Break all the barriers and let athletes shine in our charming little place. 5. The post-80s. 6. Poverty. 7. Cyberbullying. 8. More training is better than minimum wage law. 9. Drug testing scheme. 10. What are you putting into your mouth? 11. Proposal of campaign to help prevent internet addiction. 12. Gambling. 13. Compensated dating. 14. Is prenuptial agreement good to protect marriage? 15. Group buying. 16. Big business is not only about making money. 17. Surrogate mother. 18. Stop bullying. Ban all violent videos and games. 19. Don't speculate in stock market. 20. Chinese are Hong Kong citizen. 21. The curse of mankind. 22. Looking forward to a gap year. 23. What are the core values of Hong Kong? Have you read or written on some of these issues? For the social issue of cyberbullying, refer to the video lesson S6 on the social issue of cyberbullying 1. Opinion essay on a social issue. In an opinion essay, we express and justify our personal opinion on a particular subject. It's not exactly to present for or against arguments, but rather to put ourselves in a position on the topic and defend it. Example 1. Write on the topic of mercy killing that has been discussed widely in society. Give your opinion on the issue and explain with relevant examples. Euthanasia. To die or not to die. In recent years, euthanasia, onloksait, has become a very heated debate. It is a Greek word that means easy death, but the controversy surrounding it is just the opposite. Although there are some people who believe that everyone should have the right to decide when and how to die. As far as I am concerned, death is something we should not try to control. In fact, in my opinion, death should not depend on our will, but rather it should be something involuntary and unpredictable for everyone. First of all, consider a natural reason. If we take death as a natural process in every human being's life, it can be understood as a fact which is not under our control in the same way as birth is not under our control either. We don't decide when to be born, and for the same reason, we should not have the right to decide when to die. With this I mean, of course, that we shouldn't decide when to die. Nobody else should be allowed to decide it, not even the doctor. No one has the right to put an end to another person's life, and in addition, I think that we don't have this right either. In the case of a terminally ill patient's right to refuse life-prolonged treatment, his or her family may wish to make the decision without actually having the chance to seek the agreement from the patient directly. In Hong Kong, a well-known young man called Ben Chai, Banzai, who had been remaining in hospital for more than 10 years after an accident at a very young age, wrote to the Hong Kong government in 2003 to appeal for the enactment of euthanasia. He did so because he found it not only very lonely, but also meaningless to stay in the hospital for the rest of his life. It is true that life to those people like Ben Chai becomes a great trial, and their physical and mental torment has been something for them to face. It does not mean that the loss of value of life justifies an individual to choose euthanasia. Moreover, there are other reasons why I disagree with this statement. As I see it, when someone takes the decision to die, he or she might not be thinking reasonably. For example, someone who plans to commit suicide could change his or her mind if another person emphasizes with him or her and lends him or her a helping hand. Furthermore, regarding euthanasia, I think that a terminally ill patient should have the strength to learn to live happily even in the worst conditions. Otherwise, that patient would make his or her family and friends very unhappy. Therefore, in short, it is clear that this topic is food for thought, but anyway, I have sound reasons to believe that we shouldn't have the right to decide when and how to die, because however miserable life might be, it is also a wonderful experience. My advice for everyone is enjoy life, carpe diem, and make everybody happy. 享受生活，及時行樂，讓人民幸福. Useful vocabulary, linking words and expressions. Introduction. Nowadays, recently, in my opinion, first, as I see it, first of all, as far as I am concerned. It seems to me that, it is clear that, moreover, I think, I feel, I believe. Besides, I agree, I disagree. In addition, obviously, clearly, personally, unfortunately, of course. And for conclusion, we can use in conclusion, to conclude, to sum up, in short, all in all, in brief, on the whole, to summarize. Task 1. Read the HKDSE question of 2012, English 2, Paper 2. Your school magazine is going to include a special feature on mental health. Recently, one of your friends was suffering from depression. Write an article for the school magazine about your friend's depression and how he or she overcame it. Give advice to others on how to help fight depression. Special feature, write a feature article. Outline. 1. Introduction to the issue. 2. A friend's depression. 3. Overcoming the depression. 4. General advice. 5. Conclusion. Now write the introduction. Start with nowadays. Pause the video, write the introduction, and then press play again when you are ready. Suggested answer. Nowadays, exam stress and personal anxiety among students are nothing unusual in their school life. From thriving to get to the top of the class, to barely getting a pass in the quizzes, tests, or exams, it is inevitable to feel anxious and stressed from time to time. But not being able to relieve themselves from the mental distress after meeting frustrations, it can be a precarious experience. By mentioning the example of my classmate Chris, who has recently overcome his depression, I am going to suggest some measures to tackle depression. Exercise. Complete the following by reading the candidate's answer to the 2012 HKDSE English Paper 2, Question 9. Write the missing ending paragraph for him. Suggested answer. Therefore, beware of your emotion and feeling, and do not forget to look at things from the bright side. When you are troubled by depression, why don't you seek help immediately? Only by having positive thinking can one uplift one's mood. Thank you. See you next class.